What's a song that you hate with all your being? I only scrolled through a couple comments and now I'm suffering the worst possible mashup earworm. I'm a video editor that does mainly weddings, and most women at bride age nowadays grew up watching Twilight. I'll give you one guess what song I get to listen to on 85% of the videos. This one's for the election beleaguered Australians. There's a hole in your budget, dear Labour. Ben Lee, we're all in this together. The anthem of Australia's COVID experience. That Applebee's song. I know it was just a terrible pseudo-country song that mentioned them, so they started using it. I hate that song with an irrational rage. I hated the Watch Me Nay Nay before because it was everywhere. What's a food you hate not because of the taste but because of the texture? Mealy textures like watermelon when it gets overripe. Undercooked potatoes. I know quite a few people who don't like the texture of Jell-O. Some people eat the outside of a kiwi. I just can't. Wet bread or anything overly slimy. Food should not be slimy. Cotton candy. I used to help my dad hang fiberglass insulation. It's the same texture. Just touching it makes my teeth hurt. Also those black and orange candy lumps at Halloween. Candy peanuts. Marshmallows. And anything else that feels like construction materials made of sugar. What's the best song to play when running from police? Subway Surfers Ost. Sunshine, Lollipops and Rainbows by Leslie Gore. All I can think is, I shot the sheriff, but that's not a great idea. Yakety Sax. Jailbreak, Thin Lizzy, *tie for the silver kind stranger smiley face. 100 miles and run an NWA. What isn't torture but feels like it is? When you're at the store and the card reader is glitching and not processing the transaction. And you know it's not a money issue but the line piling up behind you doesn't, and you can feel the judgment from their eyes. Having constant sadness, knowing someone you love is slowly not loving you anymore. Sitting in traffic. Just creeping forward slowly for miles and miles. The only thing that makes it worse is getting to the end of the car clog. And there's literally nothing there. You just all of a sudden have no more traffic. Getting stuck on the tarmac for multiple hours after landing. Just open the door and let me walk. Man. I can see the terminal right there. I waive my right to sue or whatever. Tickling. My sisters thought it was funny because I was laughing. Meanwhile I'm miserable. Those 20-second YouTube ads you can't skip. People of Reddit, where is the high school popular girl today? Last I heard she moved to Kansas City, Missouri, met some dude, and got married. Nobody, even her HS friends, know more than that. She was a real cunt in high school. I remember once she asked me out, then humiliated me in front of her friends when I said yes. You really think I would go out with you, stuff. Then, 12 years later, in another city, I run into her again. She was working at the same homeless person drop-in center as I was. She's so kind and gentle. Even with frustrating people, she's empathetic. She apologized to me and it felt sincere, and she never gave me a reason after that to think she wasn't. Sometimes people can change. I didn't fully believe it. But after that second meeting I do. I had to do a shameless FB stalk to find out. She's a yoga teacher married to a super rich hot guy. Checks out. Doing pyramid schemes on FB. She's an orthopedic surgeon. Had twins right out of high school. Spammed everyone trying to get votes so they could be the next Bonds babies. An underwear company. Lost the competition by a few votes and was mad for about a year. Now sells essential oils. Subscribe, my brothers.